We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm Emily Nordhausen, and
I'm Kaylee Wiemeyer, and we are
and
program coordinators for digital learning.
and we're so excited. Karen Goebel's not with us tonight, but she normally is. So we're gonna it's just gonna be us. But in this webinar, these are extensions we are grateful for. So these are almost everything we show you is a Google extension. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. And I think, Kaylee, you were going to go ahead and just share kind of how to get extensions in general and maybe how we know what extensions are available for students versus teachers.
Yeah, that's right. So I am going to see if it's going to let me exit out of here.
Because one thing that y'all should know is that students don't have access to all the great extensions that teachers do, unfortunately, that they are limited. But for you to get your extensions, okay, Kaylee has a lot of extensions. You can see them at the top. It's okay. Kaylee, why don't you show them how they can find their extensions?
Look how small my Omnibar is. I got all these extensions going on. So the easiest way to find or to get extensions is to go to the Chrome Web Store.
And so no, she just Googled it. And so if you're ever trying to find an extension and you can't find it, just search for it on Google, and it usually is the first thing that pops up.
And so you'll want to search right here where it says extensions, or you could always just type it in this little search bar right here, and it's going to pull up extensions. And so you can scroll down, and these are all the extensions that Google has to offer, plus more. And so today we're just going to give you a handful of extensions.
And you can see on the left-hand side where it says for Klein ISD students, because Kaylee is logged in with her Klein account. And so students cannot access all of these extensions. The ones that they can access are the ones that say for Klein ISD students. So it's just something to be aware of as we go through this webinar.
Yeah, absolutely. Great point, Emily. So one of the first extensions we're going to go through, let's see if I can get this moved. Okay. Is the color picker eyedropper. So you can use this extension to match colors with a theme or a graphic. And so my color picker is right here. Looks like this. And so if you were in the Chrome Web Store, a lot, yes. And so here it is right here, color pick. That's right. Okay. And so anyway, once you install it, it's added up here to the top. Now you may have to click on this puzzle piece to pin it. So you'll see anything that doesn't have a pin will not show in your kind of extensions bar right here. Okay. And so you would just click on it and then you would hover around. Actually, let me get out of that and I will click on it here. And so let's say that I really like this color and I want to figure out what color is in this slide deck. So I'm going to select my color picker. And now I've got these crosshairs. You can see them moving around. And so it's going to give me the hex code. So all I have to do is just click. I think my internet's a little slow. It's not clicking with me. There we go. And now I can just Control C it. And then if I want to change the color, so I'm going to go ahead and do Control C. And I'm going to click on this little X here. Now let's say I'm going to change the word install. There's my And so now I can click on the little plus button and paste in that hex code. And say okay. And so then that word will change to the color that I selected. I don't think it did. Wow, nothing wants to work for me today. I think it's my internet's super slow. So while I went to go pick up my kids today, Blake told me that our power went out.
Oh my goodness. There we go. You can see it changing.
There we go. Yes, see it changing. Click OK.
There we go.
There we go. And so now that word has changed. I'm actually going to hit undo because you can't read it. Um,
Yeah, we use that extension all the time. So when you're trying to theme out any
yes,
presentations, it's so easy.
yes. Or if you're looking for just um, colors that kind of go well together, or you want to pick out certain colors in a graphic, you can use that. Now, there are some tools like Google. If you saw, let me click back on the words here. We do have a built-in color dropper inside of Google products. So this would be helpful. So your extension would be helpful is if you are switching between tabs, because you won't be able to pull from a picture the hex code by using this uh, um,
Mhm.
color eye picker here inside of Google. Okay, so it's really helpful when you're switching between tabs or between if you've got two monitors going up to different windows and screens. Okay, so that is Color Picker Eyedropper. We also have a little tutorial video here in case you forget. Our
Oh, I
next,
haven't tried that one that Lauren said Color by Fardos is another color picker extension. I haven't
oh,
heard that one, but we'll have to check
I
that
haven't
one
heard that. We'll
out.
have to, yeah, we'll have to look at that one. So my next extension is one of my favorites. I use it every day. It's called Fresh Start. And so it'll save all of your tabs that you have open. And so again, when you go to the Chrome Web Store and you search Fresh Start, which I think I misspelled start. I did have a couple A's in there. Okay, it's this green one right here. Okay, and I absolutely love it. It looks like this when it's installed. And so when you click on it, you can save all of your sessions. So you can see like I usually save by day. And it'll tell you like how many tabs you have open, which is kind of embarrassing. Um, but like for example, we do webinars on a monthly basis. So I might want to um, say, well, I'm going to uncheck this current window and I'm just going to check everything that has to do with our webinars. And so maybe it's like these things. And now I can say, okay, I want to save my session. And you'll notice that these are across windows. So I can save different things from across all of my windows or screens that I have open. And I'm just going to call this, here I go with my typing again. My goodness. Well, I wasn't sure because usually Karen always talks about her dogs and that they're barking, and I never hear them, so I wasn't sure. And I was like, well, is that my kid?
I will
My
say
kid
this
should be
fresh start
sleeping.
could be really good for if you open the same tabs every day. So if you're pulling up your warm-ups and you're pulling up different activities kind regularly, this could really save you some time. If you
Mhm.
have that warm-up slide and then the next activity that you go to, the only thing you have to be
Yep.
careful with, if you're opening things that normally go through the dashboard, you'll still have to
Yes.
sign in the morning, and so it'll default to that dashboard. But once you go to the
Yep.
dashboard and sign in, it will open smoothly.
Very good point. So when I save my Schoology tabs, I'll have to log back in. Um, so that's kind of the only thing. But I love this. So now if I click on Fresh Start, and now it says webinars here. If I click on webinars, it's going to open those 5 tabs that I have called webinars that I've deemed as belongs in webinars. Um, and so I like it. So I can click on these to just save my different sessions. I can go back to them. Like if I know, okay, I was doing this on August 1st, I can click on it and everything, all 28 of those tabs are going to pop right back up. So I love that, especially if I am closing out for the end of the day and I was in the middle of something and I don't want to lose it. Just going into Fresh Start, I select everything, I put in the date and just click save. And so that's up to you how you want to use it, but I love it. And like I said, this is Fresh Start and saves all of your tabs. I find it
Yeah,
Like
I know another team that
super
they
helpful.
actually save like the pacing calendar, their like team lesson plan, and they kind of have a few that they just are opening so regularly, but are many clicks to get to open. So to like get to the pacing calendar, that's a lot of clicks of going into Schoology and then going to the curriculum container and then finding all of those documents. So by putting them in Fresh Start, they're able to open them all at once.
Yeah. So like you could have a fresh start that's saved as PLC. So any documents that you would need open for your PLCs would be saved there.
I
One
love that
click
idea.
opens all of them. So, all right, our next extension is Favicon. I love Favicons. A newer one to me, I guess. I mean, I've known about it for like just a couple of years instead of a lot of years. Um, so in your Chrome Web Store, you just go to Favicon. Okay, and it's this one with the green star. Okay, and so what it's going to do is it's going to change the little icon on your bookmarks or websites. And so if you'll notice, like here, and all of these are icons for different websites. So this is my Adobe Express icon. And so what I've done is when I've bookmarked it, I have just deleted the words. So if I go into edit, you'll see that I just deleted the name. And so all that's there is the icon. And I know that that icon means Adobe Express. So what you would do is you would have some sort of icon, so a PNG, a JPEG, some sort of graphic saved to your computer, and then you can replace a whole website image or, sorry, a whole website icon or a single page of website. So for example, I have our digital learning site. And so you'll notice that the icon here is the Google Sites graphic. Okay. But if I click on webinars, you'll see that now that little icon has changed and I've added the little friends couch there as the icon. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I did this. I'm going to go home. Okay, and I'm going to click on my little favicon icon right here. Okay, and then it's going to say image location. It just wants to know where is the image. And so I'm going to say I'm going to browse my computer for it. And I'll just do the friends couch again for right now, and I can always change it. So I'm going to double click on that just to open it up. And so now it says that that's the image right there. And so do I want it to change for the entire site or just a single page? So earlier what I did when I did just the webinars page, I just did a single page. Or I can change it to the entire site. And then the big thing that you need to make sure you do is change. I'm going to just do single page right now and say change. And so now you'll see that that icon for our site has changed to the little friends couch. And then if I were to bookmark it and pull it over into my bookmarks, I would just have that couch there instead of the couch and a name. Okay. So I love the Favicon website.
And there are so many Google sites that Klein uses. I can
Yeah.
tell you I mean, they're just, I know there's the KickUp site. I think I was Professional Learning has a lot of sites. So when we talk about like
Yes.
new teacher orientation, we talk about, um, well, there's KickUp, there's our digital learning site, there's Empower.
Yeah.
And so being able to save those sites, I think could really help you. Or all Schoology pages, they all look the same. They are all
Hmm.
little Schoology icon. And so
Yes.
rather than having a bunch of S's, you could break it down, especially if you teach more than one content area. Um, you could put specialized emojis that bring you, because if you are not bookmarking your curriculum and you're clicking all those clicks, I think you need to bookmark those so it's easier for you to get to them.
Yes. And so I do have a video that shows you how to do that in case you forget. Okay. Our next extension is Copyfish, and this one is like brand new to me. Um, but you can use this extension to copy and paste and translate text from images, videos, or even PDFs. Okay. And so if you were to go to the Chrome Web Store, again, Copyfish, okay, it looks like this. Okay. And so I am going to find a PDF just in my drive.
Kaylee just showed this to me, and we actually learned this from, who did we learn this from? This was from an
Caitlin Quaid.
And it was a presentation. It was in an AI presentation that she was doing.
Yes.
That this extension is so incredible that it can read images and PDF and copy and translate that text if you need to, especially for things that won't normally copy and paste very easily with highlighting.
Okay, so let's do our panel remote, our cheat sheet for our panel. Okay, so this is a PDF that I pulled up, so I can't copy and paste this really. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my Copyfish. It looks like this. And so now it wants me to select the text. So I have this little kind of crosshairs here, and I'm just going to drag my box around. And let's say I just want this part right here. And I'm going to drag that. And so it's going to work. Okay, and then there it is, ready to go right here at the bottom. And so I can redo it if I don't think it did a good job, or I can recapture it. I can also clip it to a clipboard, and then I can paste it into a document or wherever I want to paste it to. I really also think it's great that it works with like YouTube videos. If they have the captions at the bottom, you can just pause the video and take the caption.
And I
But you
love
do have to be careful where you pause it.
too.
Say that
On the
again,
very
Emily?
right, that translate button on the very right. I just love that you can very quickly translate content over. And I think it opens a Google tab. It opens Google Translate, but it just pastes it in for you.
Yeah, so I like that it pastes it automatically for you. And so I'm going to say Spanish. And so now it's copied it into Spanish. And for the most part, Google Translate does a pretty decent job, wouldn't you say, Emily?
I would say so. It has improved greatly.
So I like that. It's just one click to copy it and one click to translate it. So that's pretty nice. Saves you some time there. Okay. So that's Copyfish. And then I think, Emily, you're on to our next one, Adblock. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing.
Sure. Okay. All right, let me share my screen. Okay, I want to share my whole window. Okay. Okay, can you see? Oh my gosh, you're right. Now I can't see. Let me drag this over. Okay. Okay, so y'all can see my screen. I am starting with Adblock Plus. And so I actually recommend this all the time because I do not see teachers using it. And I will go into a classroom and I'll see them on their panel. They have a YouTube video pulled up and they are waiting for the ad to end. And so what this is Adblock Plus. And so it looks like this in the Chrome store. So it's Adblock Plus. There's a lot of ad blockers. And I believe if I go to the Chrome Web Store, this is actually the one that is recommended to students as well. So this is the one that students can add. So that's a really quick way to find it too. You can go into the For Klein ISD students. It's right there. But what happens is, so I have a YouTube video right here. And so when I open that YouTube video, notice it's going to go straight to the video. No ad that came to play. I can see it up here that it has blocked on this page. So 5 advertisements, because sometimes ads show up on the side here as well. So it does prevent those. The one thing you do want to check is that you have to make sure it's either on YouTube, on all sites, or when you click the extension. I think when I first added this, it was when you click the extension. And so what ends up happening is, so I don't know if an ad will come now. Okay, you can see an ad came right away because I didn't have it. It was only when I clicked on the extension. And so I'm going to change that back that I want it to work on all sites. And so now the ads are not going to happen. Now, what's really nice is that if your sync is turned on, so notice that I'm signed into Google. So if I go to Google, just Google, I can see that I'm signed in here. I'm signed into Chrome and my sync is on. So if you do this on your computer and then you also turn the sync on your panel, you should see all your extensions, all your bookmarks on your panel. So this is really important. So when you go back to your classroom, you should check your panel and check on Google and see if this sync is turned on. It's really quick to turn the sync on. You just click the button that says turn on sync, press continue, I'm in. It's only a few clicks, and then all your extensions will come over to the panel. And so that's one of our recommendations, is that you definitely make sure that sync is on. Okay, so that's AdBlock Plus. The next extension is one that I really like, and it Sirlinks a lot. And I am going to use, so Kaylee and Karen have really great memories, and I can never, and they know the endings by heart of how to take this ending and change it so that I can send a copy where people can't get access to my original. So I can send them make their own copy.
Or a template.
Or template. But copy is what most people know, because even you know, whenever you go to, people want to share things with you. So I'm going to do this force copy. So this is actually the extension up here. So it Sirlinks a lot. He looks like a little guy with a hat on. This force copy, and then I'm going to copy that link to clipboard. This is what most people see when people share things with them, and we actually are not a fan of this. And we're not a fan because you cannot see what it is. But what I love about Sirlinks a lot, and you can hand type this as well, I can do template preview, and I can either copy this or I can just click this button, copy link to clipboard, and look at the difference of this. So this now lets my students, or if I'm sharing things with other teachers, it lets them preview what they're what they're going to copy. Oh my gosh, that really scared me. That was Karen's voice, and for a split second, I thought she was in the webinar. Oh my goodness, I was a little bit startled there.
I couldn't hear her, so.
Oh, it's because her video started playing and it said, I would like to show you. And I said, oh, it's Karen here. You just click this use template and it puts a copy in your drive. And so I really like this. Now on any of these, I'm pretty sure, Kaylee, I can just change this ending to copy, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and see, look, it's going to go to copy. However, for me, it is so fast to click Sirlinks a lot and do template, copy link to clipboard. I don't even have to type anything. It is so quick. And then I can send it to other teachers. I can share it with my students. So for example, if you are a pre-K, or sorry, not pre-K, if you're kinder through second and wanted to send a link through Apple Classroom, you could do it that way. If you were third through 12th grade, you could do it through Lightspeed Classroom. So that would be a great way to send Google. These are Google products. Okay, so that is Sirlinks a lot. The next extension that I'm going to show you is Joy Pixels. Joy Pixels is one, we love it. It is a quick way to add emojis. And what I love about it is that if I add a few, so like I added the light bulb earlier, I actually used Joy Pixels. I just pulled it in here and notice when I clicked on it, it just copies it for you. So if I go in here, then I can just paste it, Control V, and it pastes the emoji right in. But I can even do groups of emojis. So if I wanted to do the angel with the celebration, with maybe the sunglasses, I
Wait,
could
Emily,
add,
I don't know if it's just me, but I am not seeing what you are clicking on.
oh, are you not seeing Joy Pixels?
No, I'm not.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, you know what I'm going to do then? That is, I didn't realize that did you not see Sir Links-a-Lot either?
I guess not. I thought I was seeing it, but maybe I wasn't.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I guess the extensions don't pop up for some reason. I'm sharing my full window. Hmm. Okay. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to, I guess, quickly I'm so sorry. I'm happy you said something. Okay, I'm going to quickly paste this in here. And so this is what it looks like. Can you all see
There
Joy
you
Pixel
go.
here? Okay, this is
Yes.
basically my bookmark bar, and I have selected, but you can see my bookmark bar, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just clicking on my bookmark bar, and this is Joy Pixels. And so what happens is I can either search for any emoji. I love you can change the skin color. And then when you select them, it automatically copies them. So if I select a few, so I just selected on my bookmark, on my extensions, the heart, and I don't really know what that face is, but I selected this kind of odd face, this odd smile, I think squinting smile, and it just copy and paste it right in. And so Joy Pixels we really love because you can quickly add those extensions, and I'm just going to backtrack to Sir Links-a-Lot real quick just so you all can see. I'm going to do a quick screenshot. And I'm going to paste that right in there. This is what Sir Links-a-Lot looks like. And so you can just do a force copy, a template preview, but this only works in Google products. That's Sir Links-a-Lot. And so I would click usually template, and then I do copy link to keyboard. Okay. But while we're talking, this is not an extension, but I just have to show everyone because it is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to go over to Google and I'm going to type emoji kitchen. Ooh, if I can
This is one
spell.
of Emily's new favorite things.
I'm
And it's
telling
pretty
you.
neat, I have to say.
Okay. So, and isn't this so cute? It says get cooking. It's so cute. I have shown a lot of people this, but what it does, it's not all the emojis, but it combines emojis to make, okay, look at this. Look at that face. It is just so funny. And so let's see, I'm going to try to combine, I don't know, any suggestions? um,
There was one we did the other day with the DLSs, and it was so cute. And
a fire, and let's do flowers. Ooh, okay, that was a little bit scary. That is a little sad. That is the burning. This is a heartbreak. But wouldn't this be a great writing prompt that you could give your children, or students could annotate using emojis? Let's change the flowers. Oh, it makes me so sad. Listen, I'm a little bit concerned about the fire here. I'm gonna
I think you
change
need
the
to change
fire.
out the fire.
A romantic earth. One is that I know is so cute that I have seen is if you combine the dog with the balloons. Oh, that one didn't quite work. It's not that dog. It's this dog. So there are some really cute ones. But
Okay.
if you want suggestions on how to use Emoji Kitchen, I'm actually going to go over to our website. And I believe it was in the October issue of The Blend. We had a little mini article on Emoji Kitchen right here. And so these are ideas for students, so things you can do. So I will go ahead and I'm just going to paste this right in the chat. So if anyone wants the link to this page of the blend, so there are some things like creating visual summaries, unique math problems using those emojis, peer feedback, expressing emotions, they could annotate. So lots of fun ideas. So that is Joy Pixels and Emoji Kitchen. Okay. And then we have two more for tonight. And so this extension is Kami. Now, all students already have Kami on their Chromebooks. Kami is kind of like a PDF editor. I could to summarize kind of the big thing. What can you do with Kami? I mean, or not even just PDF. You can write on documents, but it really converts things into PDFs. But you can add this extension, and when you go to Kami, oh, I'm gonna have to log in real quick. When I click on the extension, it just brings me to Kami. But the really great thing is once you have the extension, I'm going to go back to this. Because I have the extension on here of Kami, I now have this Kami pop-out button. And so this button will not appear until you have the extension. And one of the biggest questions, and Kaylee and Karen, and I'm sure Stacy has heard this too. Stacy is one of our DLSs from Hophies that she's here, that how do you write on Google Slides? That a lot of teachers, what they're doing on their panels is they are using, there's that little button on the side. It is a gray arrow, and they're using, it's called the Android overlay tool, and they're using that pen. But the problem with that pen is that you can erase if you just use your hand. If you didn't know, you can erase. So that's not the problem. The problem is that you can't move your slides. And so we're stuck with this, one thing that we can write. And Kaylee, have you been hearing this?
Yes, you have to clear it all before you can move to the next page.
And Kami is just such a great tool that I feel like we forget about. And so watch, I'm going to take this presentation. I'm just going to click Kami, and y'all are going to see the magic. Now, I will warn you, I tried to show a teacher this, and then it was taking forever. And then I realized she had like 150 slides. And so in her presentation. And so if your slide deck is massive, I mean, I think she just had been adding throughout the day for the whole year the same slide deck, it might take a while to load into Kami. But if it's not, over 100 slides, it shouldn't be too bad. But notice, so my slide deck has just been brought into Kami. Now, this has now been converted into a PDF, but I am able to annotate on my slides. So whatever I was working on, I can move. And what's really nice is that it saves. So you don't have to worry about pressing save. It's going to automatically save. Notice that if I press the save button, it shows that it saved a few seconds ago, and it's saved to the cloud. And what that really means is, where is that saving, Kaylee?
It's saving into your drive.
It's saving into my drive. And so this is saved there. You could download it. So I could download it with or without annotation. So if you are note-taking with your students, you could definitely then, if you want to upload that to Schoology, send them a copy, you can download this copy as well. I love that I could also, if I wanted students to work collaboratively with me, I could share this document with them. So this Kami extension it opens doors for you and your students to being able to write on documents together.
And Emily, speaking of sharing, this document, like this slide deck, is already shared between the two of us. And so if I were also to open the document in Kami, I would be able to see the annotations that Emily made.
Yeah, so if any of you guys are on your computer, if you have the Kami extension and you press that Kami button, you would actually join in with us. So what happens if you're not the owner and you do this? Once you start trying to annotate, it's actually going to force you to make your own copy. So if you have ever pressed that Kami button on like a district document and you're worried, oh no, I annotate on that, there's nothing, you don't have to worry too much, because the second you start writing, it says, okay, got to make your own copy. This is everybody's. Okay, and the last extension, so this one wasn't on our list initially, and really it was like 10 minutes before this webinar started, and I thought, oh my goodness, I've got to add this one. I really love this extension, and it is called, so it's Chit Chat Search with ChatGPT. AI is a big thing that everyone is talking about right now, and there's two ways that I really use this. So the first thing is just through Google, like just searching. And so I'm going to just type a quick search. So I'm going to type in, what are Google extensions? And so a lot of times you get, what I used to check is the first thing I would read is these common questions that people ask. That would be where I would look for the information that I would think this is where I'm going to get the best answer for a really simple question. But this is what that extension does on the side. So it quickly searches kind of through everything, and it gives its best ChatGPT answer to whatever you have asked. Now, just like with all AI products, it can't predict the future. If I were to say, what is the weather tomorrow, it would not be able to do that. It looks to the past for information. But so for example, Google extension, also known as browser extensions or add-ons, are small software programs. And so it just kind of explains to me whatever I've searched for. Another thing the extension does is I have this little, if you can see, it's kind of, do you see it, Kaylee?
I do see it.
Okay, this little box in the corner, this is actually just kind of like a quick, so I don't have to go to ChatGPT. I could quickly type anything in here. So I actually have a TEK that's coming up for 4th grade science, or like this is what they're working on now. And so one of the things is understanding the difference between types of forces. So I'm just going to copy this real quick. And I'm going to just go back to Google. And actually, I don't even have to go back to Google. It just is open on all. And if I don't want it, I can press the X, but it just stays open as long as the extension is open. And I'm going to say, create station activities. Oh my gosh, activities. When people are seeing me type in, the pressure for spelling correctly is on. Create station activities for the following success criteria for 4th grade Texas students. And then I'm just going to paste it in. And okay, so it quickly comes up with some stations for my students. And of course, everything needs to be kind of, you'd want to, go through and check everything if it does this truly align. But it is a quick way to kind of grab materials. I could have typed like create a warm-up, create an exit ticket with this topic. So it's just a really quick way to get to ChatGPT without actually going to the website. I don't have to then change tabs. I can see what is on this page. Okay, so those are a few of my favorite and Kaylee's favorite extensions. I think, okay, so the time is 8:24. And so I hope y'all found some new extensions that you like.